Hey everybody, I want to do a quick overview of my general experience at the T4G 2018 conference. I did a separate video for just the giveaways for the conference, another video for the CSB Bible that was given from Holman to us, the compact ultra thin, so check that out as well. But this video is just for kind of the experience of it all. So to start, to kind of give a little context, on the drive up with me and two of my friends that were going with me, I found out that my aunt had passed away, and so I had to come back home a day early to preach her funeral. And so I missed out on the last day. So this review will just consist of the first 2 days of the conference, and actually didn't make any. I didn't make any of the breakout sessions because I was writing the funeral sermon. So it was just a really emotionally prayerful and almost draining experience. So, but just to kind of give you some context, when we got there, first of all, it's crowded, and get your hotel rooms early if you go, or you might have to stay in Indiana and walk across or drive across, which we had folks do that as well. So there's a lot of people. Be prepared to have, if you're going to be around the conference center, the Yum Center, be prepared for some waits at some restaurants, or just bring your own food, or take advantage of the T4G meal plan. I have not done that. This is my second T4G conference. I went in 2016, which was incredible. It was a call to protest. Just kind of going over we're approaching the 500th anniversary of the Protestant Reformation, and this year it was being distinct from the world. So basically a call to holiness, and it was really great. The first day, it started at 1. It was really awesome. I think Dever spoke first, and it just was great. It just kept getting better and better. So really, it was a great first day. They did the giveaways differently. Instead of having all the giveaways in the bookstore where you would go around and just go ahead and get them all first day, and then you could take them back to your hotel room and go through them and read through them. They would give you one as you came in for a session and as you left for a session. I kind of like the way we did it in 2016, where you would go in the bookstore and go through. And I know sometimes logistically that might have just not been possible this year. So I understand that. Still very grateful for all the giveaways that they gave to all the pastors and preachers and lay people, elders, and folks like me that just love Christ and love going to places with other people that love Christ and hearing some incredible preachers preach and being edified in the process. So the push for holiness was really a great topic. Day 1 was really incredible, and as day 2 started, Matt Chandler started, and then Kevin DeYoung. Kevin DeYoung, it was awesome. Kevin DeYoung's sermon on the immutability of God was seminary level, and I've never been to seminary, so a lot of it was over my head, and I'm fine with that. It makes me strive to learn more and grow in knowledge, which brings me closer to Christ also. So Um, anyway, overall, like I said, I only made Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, John Piper preached, John MacArthur preached, Ligon Duncan preached, and Tabiti preached. So that was a stacked deck for the final day. Nothing against any of the other preachers, but really, I wanted to hear Piper. I wanted to hear MacArthur. Didn't get to catch them. I'm going to catch them online. Those resources are available on T4G.org, and I'm sure that they will soon be available on YouTube and Vimeo and those others. So anyway, the experience on day 2 was incredible. It was really great. The sessions were incredible. One thing I wanted to speak about was it's almost distinct from the conference itself is the worship. And I posted maybe 5 worship videos from T4G, and it's its own thing. It's kind of its own. People come just for the worship a lot of times, and if you watch some of those, it is just an incredible experience to be in a crowd of 12,000 people singing together in worship. I mean, in real worship, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So to talk about the worship is just really anything I can say will be an understatement. It's really, it doesn't do it justice. I advise you to check out the videos in my playlist that I uploaded during the conference, and but you'll see, just search T4G worship, T4G 2018, something like that, worship, and there's several, and I recorded, double that. I just hadn't posted them on YouTube, but it was incredible. So when we got there, you got this kind of a guide, a conference guide. So it came with the schedule on the back for all of these sessions and the breakdown of when the bookstore would be open, and also when the seminars would be and when the sessions would be, and it was really great. Also in the back you have all the music from the conference that was sung at the conference is included in the back, and it came with a lot of lined paper. I took notes in a separate journal that I brought, so I was really happy to use that. You can check out the journal I brought. This is the C.H. Spurgeon journal, and I took it with me, and that's what I took notes in. But the experience, pros, it's just a one-of-a-kind experience as far as the worship and hearing such a collection of gifted preachers. Moeller and Duncan. I didn't hear Duncan this year, but I hear that Ligon Duncan's sermon was tops. Okay, so that's what I heard, and I look forward to checking it out. David Platt gave an exceptional sermon. I don't agree with all of his points, but he was very courageous in giving a very racially kind of addressing racial bias and racial injustice, and the way he used the text, I might not completely agree with, but it was very courageous and very heartfelt. So I applaud David Platt as well for his sermon that he gave. Let's see, it's very crowded in Louisville, downtown Louisville, so just be prepared for that, and get your hotel reservations early. The Galt House, which adjoins with the Yum Center where the conference is held, is the best option. It's not the cheapest option, but it is definitely, it cuts down on a lot of your walking. This year, the bookstore was in the Galt House, so and the Galt House is actually adjoined. They have a walkway adjoining it to the Yum Center, so it's just the best place to stay. But 2020 T4G, it's going to book up really quick, and they've actually already announced the days, so it might already be booked up. So if you see this and you're wanting to go to T4G 2020, just know downtown is a madhouse. When they let sessions out, it's like, I mean, everywhere you go, there's people trying to eat, people trying to get from place to place. So be prepared. Be sure if you go in there, you can't take food or drink with you. So drink a gallon of water before you go in, because a bottle of water is $4. That's kind of frustrating, but that's just concessions. That's the nature of concessions. But anyway, overall, negatives, I think that were the negatives, is that it was crowded, very crowded, and it's expensive. Food's expensive unless you go to White Castle like we did, or unless you go to Jimmy John's like we did, unless you go to Subway like we did. It's going to be expensive for every meal. So just be prepared and have your money ready. Those are probably the only negatives, being crowded and kind of expensive in Louisville. But the positives are incredible. I look forward to 2020, and we've developed a lot of friendships with other people from other parts of the country that come to T4G specifically. And this is where we met them in 2016, and we've cultivated that relationship. So I look forward to seeing them in 2020, staying connected through Facebook and email and stuff, but just spending time together, discussing whatever. That's the purpose. Together for the gospel. We're together for the sake of the gospel. So anyway, that's my recap. Hopefully maybe it was helpful for some of you guys if you're debating on, should I go to a Ligonier conference or G3 in Atlanta, or should we go to, one of these other conferences? T4G is just an incredible, incredible conference. And I highly recommend it. This, like I said, this is my second conference to go to. I will catch the final day's sermons online, but it's just something about being there in person to hear some of your favorite preachers, and just something amazing about it. And then also coupled with worshiping together as one body in that place is just something special. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this was helpful in some way. God bless.